Antavious Woody is the 11th rated interior offensive lineman in the country, 12th rated in the state of Alabama, Lafayette, Alabama, that is. Number 244 overall. Nate, what can you tell us about him?
First, the thing about Woody is that, he's a two-way lineman. So, he's an interior lineman and can also play D-line. He really showed out back in April at a Rivals camp that kind of showed him on the national scene as a legitimate defensive line target, while also being rated as, he's a guard in college if he plays on offense. I like him on defense. There's a lot of people that are comparing him with Timmy Jernigan. I don't know if I want to go that far yet, but he's super violent and he moves extremely well for a guy that's that big. And there's a common theme with all five of these commitments that we'll talk about probably, is that they play with a nasty mean streak. So he plays really pissed off. He is a big body. He's college ready. I think you take him, one, because he's a jumbo athlete. You can't take enough big kids that can move. And also it's kind of like a ace in the hole, because as they continue to push for the offensive line, you have like Armella still out there, you have Pritchett still out there, you have Jalen Early still out there. So, if they land these kids that, they may possibly get, they can, move Woody over to defense. And I think that's a big W for FSU. But, he committed to Florida State. Some people may wonder, about Alabama, Auburn. He chose them over Auburn. So I'm not sure Alabama, exactly what their involvement is with him. But it's a guy that Atkins and Coach Novell have jumped on, been on him for a while. And, the visit showed what kind of they had to offer, what they have proven that they had to offer. So I love that take. I like him as a defensive tackle. I think as a D tackle, I think he would be a top 150 player. I do think he's underrated as a recruit, period. I think he's a 150 player, period, but I like him a ton at D tackle.
Nate, you talked a little bit. First of all, Nate, congratulations for getting your Wi-Fi fixed from your last appearance.
I appreciate that. I've come a long way. It's Lakewood Ranch.
Once you do a Mark Rogers TV, the Voice of College Football show, you actually get your Wi-Fi. It's not like that Logan Robinson, dial-up AOL stuff over there.
Yeah.
I get it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Now that we stepped up here. But you talk about how you'd like to see him a defensive tackle. Where do you right now, he comes in 2022 class, first game against Duquesne, first game on the roster. Where, if you're a betting man, is he on the offensive line or is he on the defensive line? Where do you legitimately see him right now?
I see him on defense. I'll be honest with you. I think that Florida State is looking to sign 6 or 7 offensive linemen. I think that they legitimate possibilities on 3 to 4 that are left on the board. And I just think that in college he's going to be a better D tackle. I think that's where he plays. I think that's where he ends up at Florida State.
Mm-hmm. He's got some. You already talking about it, Nate, but he's so damn physical and he likes to finish off the plays. I think the second whistle is what he goes for.
Yes.
I highly suggest people go watch his film, because when I was going our instant reaction video earlier today and kind of got to sit down and watch a majority of the film, it goes to show most of these plays are, as an offensive lineman, they're ending through the sideline. The chain gang is more in trouble than the defensive lineman that he's blocking. So these kind of guys that Florida State is after, and we'll continue to go over them, they have some physical nature to them that that's what Florida State's all about. That's something that FSU fans want. They want that back. It's kind of been lost. And right now, just looking at the high school tapes for these cats, it's promising.
Yeah, you talk a lot about on the Unconquered Talk podcast the last 2 years about how this team is kind of mentally soft. In the last few classes, and the guys like these 5 that committed, they choose violence every time they step on the football field. And Florida State really hasn't had a lot of that lately. And it's getting back to those old Florida State teams with guys that are going out there to put their opponent in the dirt, and they're gonna play to the old Bowden mantra to the echo of the whistle. So I love Woody. I like him as a target. I've liked him for a while. I'm excited about that take.
Is there something worried? Like there was something about Nate. You probably know more on this, but is grades kind of a concern for him? Because I was seeing a lot of FSU Twitter tweeting that they're hoping that he gets in. Is that something that keep an eye on, at least for him?
If Malachi Wideman can make it into college, anyone can.
Well, he's kind of looking for a new home.
Well, he made it into Tennessee.
Yeah, so he made it
into college. So if Malachi Wideman can make it into college, anyone can.
Logan, I have a quick question for you. Are you offended personally? Because we know the man crush you have on Timmy Jernigan. You've done it before, your absolute man crush on Timmy Jernigan. Are you offended at the criticism of people comparing to your man crush?
No, I was the one that tweeted a little bit today that just from, or maybe it was on the, I tweeted it, and I also said in the YouTube video that just from the nastiness, the way that he likes to continue plays, be a bully, is that kind of personality trait that I see in the play style from Woody. Can't really get to the tier that Timmy Jernigan is. He's going to have to take a lot more steps, but just give me that kind of nasty energy as an offensive lineman or defensive lineman. I'll take that any day of the week.